then out of the group that are not operating, we have Alpha Cap Limited, we have Beige Capital Asset Management Limited, Cambridge Capital Advisors Limited, EM Capital Limited, Energy Investments Limited, From Capital Limited, Gold Rock Capital Management Limited, Heritage Securities Limited, that's formerly Future PIP Asset Management, Carmag Capital Limited, formerly Lifeline Asset Management, Cron Capital Limited, Mac Asset Limited, Man Capital Partners Limited, Macaulay Capital Limited, Mac Ellis Investments Ghana Limited, Nickel Keynesbury Limited, SG Royal Capital Limited, Standard Securities Limited, formerly ASN Investments Limited, Tico Wire Capital Limited, Ultimate Trust Fund Management Limited, Universal Capital Management Limited, and West Point Capital Limited. So what the SEC is saying is that these are fund managers who are not operating, but their licenses, so their licenses have also been revoked. Now let's get to the list of fund managers who are operating and whose licenses have been revoked, which is the biggest story, of course. And these are 32. Number 1, All Time Capital Limited. 2, Apex Capital Partners. We have Axe Capital Limited, formerly United Asset Management. Black Shield Capital Management, formerly Gold Coast Fund Management. And I'm sure you've heard about that company more than 1,000 times if you've heard about it once. Brooks Asset Management Limited, Canal Capital Limited, Corporate Hills Investment Limited, Doges Investment Limited, First Bank Financial Services Limited, Frontline Capital Advisors Limited, Galaxy Capital Limited, Global Investment Bankers Limited, Gold Street Fund Management Limited, also known previously as Gold Street Investment Limited, Ideal Capital Partners Limited, Intermarket Asset Management Limited, formerly CDH Asset Management. Then we also have Integrity Fund Management Limited, Kripa Capital Limited, Legacy Fund Management Limited, formerly known as Legacy Financial Services Limited. We also have Liberty Asset Management Limited, Monarch Capital Limited, Mutual Integrity Asset Management. We have Nest Capital Limited, Nordia Capital. We have Omega Capital, ProCap Finance Limited, QFS Securities Limited, Sirius Capital, Strategic Hedge Capital, Supreme Trust Capital, Uni Securities Ghana Limited, Utrack Capital Management Limited, and Wealth Vision Financial Services Limited. So that brings to the list 53 the number of fund management companies whose licenses have been revoked by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, Richard, I'm sure there are key ones amongst these that we can talk about.
Okay, so like I was saying, so you hear companies like Nordia Capital, the Beige Asset, the Gold Coast Fund Management, which is now Black Shield, and these companies have been in the news for quite some time now, and they've been in the news because they've not been able to pay up deposits or investments from people who have lodged their investment with them. So some of them have actually been struggling, and for me it doesn't come as a surprise. And then also, just like we saw,
what are some of the reasons the SEC said in the report that they issued? For instance, for which ones do you have specifically?
Okay, so per the statement issued by the SEC, so they are saying that the revocation has become necessary because most of these funds management have not been able to pay up the funds of clients or people who have lodged their funds with them. So they are facing that kind of challenge. And also, let's not forget that the SEC took this decision because people were agitating, and from their own perspective, they had to do this because there were basically no means of these companies, no chance of them paying back the depositors' funds that they had with them.
Okay, Black Shield is a company that has come or has been in the news in recent times for a number of reasons. What has the SEC said officially in this report, if you can read that for us?
Okay, so according to the statement issued by the SEC, so they are saying that Black Shield failed to honor clients' redemption requests. So normally when you have your funds with them and it's matured, you go and redeem your investment. And from what we've heard from the fund managers, they've not been able to do that. And then also when it comes to placement of client funds, they were placing client funds with related companies.
So this Black Shield, for purpose of education, is a new name for Gold Coast Fund Management.
Yes.
And so they just recently rebranded and they've collapsed, essentially, or they've been collapsed by the SEC. Continue sharing. I just wanted to put that issue in perspective.
And then also the statement is saying that Black Shield or Gold Coast Fund Management failed to adhere to voluntary payment plans agreed to with complaints. So they were kind of trying to find a way, amicable solutions to this problem. So they were having discussions, and the agreement they had with the client or the complainants, I mean, they were not able to keep to their word. So, and that's another reason they cited for for revoking their licenses. Also, they were saying that they did not submit compulsory reports to the SEC. So, I mean, when you are regulated by SEC or any other regulator, you're supposed to be submitting some kind of prudential report. And per what we are being told, Gold Coast Fund Management, now Black Shield, did not submit their statutory report. And then also they were fined. They were fined by SEC because of all these breaches, and they also failed to pay the fines that that were charged against them. Also, and they were advertising on unapproved. They were advertising unapproved investment products. Per what we know, if you want to come up with a product, you are supposed to go through the SEC. They have to look at the product you have and how you are intending to sell it. But from what we are being told once again, Gold Coast Fund Management were advertising products that were not approved, and there's a danger there because SEC needs to know your ability to pay back when these investments mature, and if you are not going through them, they cannot be in a position to regulate what you are doing.
Okay, Richard, I'll come back to you. So you explain to us what the SEC has said about people who have customers who have invested with these fund management companies. Plus, we'll possibly hear from some of them and also